Welcome to Real Talk, Real Women. My name is Miriam Khalladi and today we have alpha female, magnum athlete, published fitness model, writer and fitfluential ambassador Robyn Baldwin on the show. Welcome Robyn, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you so much for your time.
No problem.
So Robyn, tell us, how did you get interested in health and fitness?
I started in 2009. I became something that's called skinny fat. So I've always been the same size, but I started developing a lot of cellulite on the backs of my legs. So I started researching how to eat better, how to train properly, and I started training with Elizabeth Lopez, and she was competing that year in the WBFF. So then I decided I was going to become a fitness competitor as well. So that's where it all got started.
Oh, great. You've been at it for several years now. What is the most unexpected lesson you've learned during your fitness journey?
I've learned that it's important to listen to your body and not deprive it of food. So my first few years of competing, I stuck to a very strict diet. I didn't really allow myself, I call them treat meals. A lot of people in the industry call them cheat meals. And I think that's a negative word. So my best friend, Eva, actually taught me to use positive words instead. So I call them treat meals. If my body is hungry and it wants carbs, I'll eat healthy carbs. So it's more about listening to what your body needs instead of depriving it of food.
Yeah, I agree. And you talk about the alpha female and in fact wrote an ebook about the subject. What do you mean when you call yourself an alpha female?
So an alpha female is somebody that does a lot of things and is able to balance a great work life and a great personal life. So my friend called me an alpha female because I have a career in marketing now. I have a career in fitness, and I always find time for all of my friends and family. So she coined the term, and it's kind of stuck with me for the past 5 years.
Oh, great. Have you always been an alpha female, and do you feel there's an alpha female inside all of us?
I think so. When I was in high school, even when I was in middle school, I would swim. I was in dance class. I was a straight A student. And then when I got into high school, I was in the band. I was in the choir. I was in students council. I ran leadership camps. So I've always done a lot. And I think that every woman is capable of doing a lot. They're capable of having a great career. They're capable of having a great home life. It's all in terms of your choices and balance. And if you do have to work, even a mom is a job. That is a full career in itself. So no matter what you're doing, you have the ability to take charge of your life, be successful in one aspect, and also be successful in terms of being healthy and fit, preparing your food, making sure you get your workouts in. It's just being organized and being dedicated and passionate about what you do.
Right. And in your book, you talk about 5 key areas of your life to find a work-life balance. What can you share about those 5 areas?
So the first one I talk about is health, and making sure that your health is always first and foremost. And I talk about fitness, making sure that you get your workouts in. I also talk about different career tips that I've received over. I've been in the work world for about 9 years now, working in advertising and now marketing. So I talk about career advice I've gotten over the years. And then I also talk about some smartphone technology that keeps me very organized. So what apps do I use to track my food? What apps do I use for workouts or to-do lists? So that's basically, it's a very short ebook. It's only about 16 pages in total. So it's easy for alpha females who are on the go to be able to read it quickly.
You've also participated in several fitness competitions. What drives you to compete, and what have you learned in doing so?
So the original goal of competing was to get in shape and get up on stage, increase my self-confidence, and that was definitely achieved. I had so much fun. It's great to meet other women in the industry and have some great friendships out of it. So for me now, it's just something on the goal list for the year that keeps me in shape, keeps my name in the business so that people still recognize me, and it's a chance to hang out with great women backstage.
Aside your career as a fitness professional, you're also an advertising media executive. What is the single best advice you could give women who spend a lot of time on their career and struggle to find time to work out?
So I've been in advertising for 8 years, and I just started a career in marketing now. And no matter where you are, no matter what office you're in, it's all about just scheduling your workouts. So if you work a standard 9 to 5 job, then waking up an hour earlier than you normally do and going to the gym, or even doing an at-home workout. There's so many DVDs that you can use at home these days. So if you can't commute to a gym, it's easy to work out at home. And then I also work out in the evening as well, and I use it as social time with friends. So I meet girlfriends at the yoga studio or at a spin class, or I've joined a run club so that I can hang out with people but still be active.
And on your website, you share your personal motto, a quote by Henry David Thoreau. Can you share it with our viewers?
Yes, so it's live the life you've always imagined. So it's about setting goals, having dreams, and knowing that they're achievable and believing in them, no matter how big or how small.
Amazing. And for many people, confidence is an issue. They feel they are not good enough or are afraid to fail. What advice could you give them?
About failing in life. It's always scary to have a dream and make an announcement. So it's very hard to share that with other people, because if you don't achieve it, you may feel like you have failed. I think failure is part of the process of life. If you don't fail, then you don't strive for better, and you don't try to better yourself. So I think failure is good because it gives you that extra little push to always do better the next time.
Do you ever find yourself in a moment of uncertainty when you're working towards your biggest goal? And how do you handle it?
I surround myself with very positive people. So whenever I'm having a moment of uncertainty, and if I question myself, maybe I'm not going to get in shape in time for the contest, or if I'm submitting an article to a magazine and I maybe feel like it's not good enough, I have all these friends that I can turn to, ask for advice, who will build me up, give me the right support. I think social media these days is also a great way to have accountability and have support by sharing things on Facebook or Twitter. You have this huge community of fitness people that are so ridiculously positive that will always build you up whenever you need a helping hand.
And if things don't go your way, how do you go about dealing with setbacks and adversity?
So I've had a very difficult past year. I was actually laid off from one of my advertising agencies in 2011. And I wrote about it on my friend's website, Broken Heel Diaries, because her website's all about broken heel moments where you have a setback and then strive for better. So I think that was actually the best thing that could happen to me in my career, because I wasn't happy with who I was in the workplace, and it made me re-examine how I am. So having that failure in my life is actually, I'm grateful now looking back. Whenever you're in the moment of having a failure, it's very hard to actually see how that can make your life better. But knowing now what I did to better myself, I did a lot of reading. I read a lot of business books. I talked to my network, and I was able to get a job in just 2 months. So I was very blessed that I wasn't unemployed for long. But I've become better in the workplace. My career has taken off, and now I actually am in my dream job in marketing. So I think if I hadn't ever been fired, I would never be where I am today.
Where do you see yourself in, say, 5 years' time?
In 5 years' time, I'm going to be continuing to be a great alpha female. One of my goals, and I've actually said it out loud for the first time this year, is I would love to become a household fitness name. So I don't want to give up my career in marketing for fitness. I believe I can have both careers, and I'm going to continue to strive to be that alpha female. But I would love to have my own set of DVDs for working women, and I continue to write magazine articles and more ebooks on helping women just to become better than they are today.
Where can people go to connect with you online?
So I have my own personal Facebook page. Although I'm maxed out at 5,000 friends, everything is public on there, so I always get messages and you can comment on my things. And so that's just facebook.com /Robyn Baldwin. And then on Twitter, my handle is @Robyn Baldwin. And I'm also on Instagram. I love posting pictures of my workouts or things in my life. So I'm starting to really enjoy that platform.
Oh, great. And I will make sure to put all the links below this video.
Okay.
Is there anything else you would like to cover today that you feel we've missed?
No.
Okay. Thank you so much, Robyn. It was an absolute pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for watching. My name is Miriam Khalladi, and I will see you on the next episode of Real Talk, Real Women.